Hello everyone. In this episode of Business salah.
Rewind.
I love
it.
Buddies in business.
Blue.
Buddies
Buddies
in business.
Blooper.
Fitri confident, no?
Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back. In our second episode of Buddies in Business, we keep getting the name of our own podcast wrong, and we have to repeatedly rewind and do it again. But welcome back. This is our second episode. In the first one, we caught up with everyone. All six of us introduced ourselves. In this one, we will be talking about one thing that we solopreneurs often relate to a lot, which is dealing with procrastination. It seems like to be the bane of our business life. We get stuck on doing things and then we're like, no, we don't want to do this or we don't want to do that. So we're going to talk about how the five of us, because AJ is not in this one today. She's busy enjoying herself in JB right now. So we're going to be talking about procrastination and how we deal with it. Anyone wants to share their experience of how you deal with procrastination, or why do you even procrastinate in the first place? I'm going to pick up someone.
Topic very heavy though, actually.
Actually it is.
I guess because
it's like bearing our souls.
Actually true, it's like procrastination topic is always something where we know that we have it, but we don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
In
denial,
because it is a weakness.
Yes. And not many people want to talk about weakness, right?
Yeah.
But we are here to tell you that
Weakness brings
procrastination.
the raw in us.
Yeah, Fitri is spot on. Okay.
I don't want to share. I don't know what to share first.
Oh, like that,
Okay, I guess I have to just pinpoint someone then. Liana, go. Why do you procrastinate?
Wow.
You host, you start first lah.
Yeah, Manisha,
No,
how about you start?
Host usually gets the chance to tikam someone. Okay, fine.
like
I'll
that,
go first. Okay, why do I procrastinate? I guess it's because my biggest problem in life, so detailed, is because I'm an overthinker. I have 1,001 ideas in my head. I want to do 1,001 things. But again, the life of the solopreneur, you do everything yourself. That's
Really
one
helps.
issue for me. So I overthink like, why don't I outsource, or why don't I do this, or why don't I do that? And then in the end, I just end up doing absolutely nothing. So that's the challenge. There are obviously ways. I mean, we've been most of us have been doing this for many years, so I think there are some ways. So if you are hesitant to share why you procrastinate, maybe you can share why or how you overcome your procrastination. Everybody can see the videos on Zoom. Everybody like,
But I totally have to I kind of like relate to Manisha of the overthinker. Both of us are overthinkers. We have a lot of ideas in mind. We want to do a lot of things, but ended up sometimes we just don't do it because we kind of like have a lot of what if. But I guess now that I'm in my 40s, right, I kind of like don't care already lah. So it's more of like, if I want to do it, I'll do it. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. So I try not to overthink. I try to lessen my overthink. But in terms of like why I procrastinate, I guess it's really more of mostly my procrastination is towards the creative avoidance or creative procrastination, because I experienced procrastination during I think 2021 to 2022. I think I took a 1 year hiatus from YouTube because I was burnout. Procrastination also can lead to burnouts, or is it the other way around? Yeah, whichever. But burnout, I think, can also lead to procrastination. You kind of like not doing anything and you just feel that you are not good enough. I think these are some of the feelings that you will have whenever it's kind of like signs when you are towards a procrastination period. You feel that you are not creatively involved, you are not doing things the way that you want to do. So this is for me, it's really more of the creative procrastination. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of different types of procrastination. There are like
Yeah.
whether you want to start doing it and then you procrastinate, whether you are feeling burnout and then you procrastinate. Yeah. So it's really different business has a different journey of procrastination.
So that means, Renee, when you mentioned creative procrastination, so that means you procrastinate whenever it comes to doing something creative.
Yeah,
Is that it?
videos especially. I was not having the idea of what I want to do. And I think also the mistake that I did was I did not have any plan in the first place.
Okay.
So it was just like off the cuff, and I'm not good at that. I know I'm not good at off the cuff, but I still do it. So don't do it, guys. So if
Need to
you're
plan
listening
first,
and if you're listening and you are the type of person where you need like plan, like you need like structure. I'm a structured person. I'm a very left brainer, logical kind of person. So to spark my creative brain, I need to do exercises like I need to do coloring, I need to inhale essential oil, I need to go for my run. So these are some of the exercises that I do to spark my creativity. And I'm on like high energy because I just came from run. Okay? So this is kind of like
That's the trick.
yeah, this is my
That's an
high
interesting
moment.
point
Is
that
it?
you brought up. Is everyone here does everyone here consider themselves planner, or are you more of a spontaneous person?
Oh, I used to be a planner and stuck on it until my husband said, "Why are you not doing anything? Why not just
Plan,
you are
plan,
creative
plan, but
lah.
don't do.
Yeah, but now I'm taking more action than planning, and
Good.
Just good.
which is also bad because when I don't plan, then I'm like, okay, I'm lost. Then I need to find the balance of two.
Right.
Yeah.
So you need to plan, and while you are planning, you need to execute lah.
Plan go.
Plan and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Manisha, are you a planner or are you a
100% planner.
Yeah, man.
I'm literally staring at like 2 post-it stacks right now because it's like one for home stuff and one for work stuff. I just got married in the last episode. Someone said it. I don't know who.
Me.
And thank you. And my husband is like, why are there so many post-its on my wall? On his study, I have post-its because it's for me to remind him of what he has to do. He doesn't even look at it. And I'm like, why are you not looking at it? He's like, you're weird.
Running a business and have a husband is another topic altogether. Later we talk about it.
We'll talk about that in one of the topics in future.
Yes, but I think it's interesting that some of you were like, okay, really, you said like sometimes you are procrastinating, you paint or you run. Brings the point of having hobbies, because as solopreneurs, we end up doing everything in our business. Yes, some of us outsource different tasks wherever we can, but do you think besides the work-life balance, just for yourself, do you have hobbies for yourself that actually help you overcome all this overthinking, procrastination, burnout, etc., etc.?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I'll share. Like okay, for me, like okay, I usually procrastinate when it comes to doing heavy work, heavy brain work. Okay, I don't know if I should say mention this, but yeah,
You can.
I can. Okay. So recently I suspected I'm actually undiagnosed ADHD, so I haven't really gotten myself diagnosed yet. But I realized ever since I spoke to therapists and he was mentioning like, hey, maybe you actually have like displayed a lot of symptoms of ADHD. And then that's when I realized that, okay, all this while when I procrastinate, okay, it's really because I have no patience. I have like low confidence. So I usually procrastinate when it comes to creating content, you know, like sitting down, creating content, or maybe like doing like really heavy work like writing and all those kind of things. So I usually procrastinate on that because I have to sit down. I cannot move.
And do it
I have to like sit down and do it. So that's when I get like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Or maybe like sometimes it like what Rainy said, when it comes to like creative stuff, right? It needs to have a flow, and I get frustrated when I don't get that flow like right away. Okay, so like what I realized, I mean, I've been reading like some books here and there, and then there was this one thing that I read, something about how how to spark your creativity. So there's this 4 brain and there's like a subconscious brain, subconscious mind.
Yep.
Okay. So usually our forebrain is more of doing all the structured work like
Yep.
planning,
Mm.
organizing. Okay, but for the creativity side of things, it's more of the subconscious kind of thing. Okay.
Right.
So what we have to do is sometimes when we force ourselves to be creative, right? Force, then nothing happens. Okay, and that's where we get frustrated.
Yep.
So that's where I'm
Mm.
like thinking like, okay, now if let's say I need to do something, I need to do something creative, I will take my time. Okay, I will like, okay, I will set the intention, okay, I need to do this video. Okay. And then after that I put it away and then I will do other things. I
Right.
will shower, I will go cook, I will do other things, I will run also, I will go exercise, and then I will do other things. But I know it's just to keep my brain a bit active. But I know in this my subconscious is like kind of like doing its work.
Right.
So like yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. So when I want to do like creative stuff, I don't force myself. I'm like, okay, it's okay, it will take time. You just have to do other things first and you just trust your inner brain to like come up with that creative thing lah. Yeah, so that's how I deal with yeah.
Is that why, despite having a very beautiful home, you choose to work in a co-working space?
Ouch.
Yeah,
This
okay
is
lah,
what
no
I
lah.
see.
For me,
Wow.
because of my cats. My cats are like
Clingy.
clingy.
Clingy cat.
Yes.
Is it
So
not because when you're on the way to your co-working space, you're walking, you're looking at nature,
Could
and
be.
then your
Mm,
subconscious is
maybe it could
working.
be, yeah, it could
Yeah.
be, it could be, yeah. So you just have to do something like active enough for your brain to work. Like, you know, let's say yeah, you're reading something or you're watching TV, but sometimes your brain is still like moving. Yeah, I don't know how it works out, but yeah, it works
Yeah.
for me.
It really works. When you mentioned that, I remember reading about that as well. So I think my procrastination comes when I have to transition from being a mom to being here in my study place, and I need to start works. So
Right.
that transition, I realized it was usually spontaneous. Okay, I can just switch on to work mode. With two kids, it's just very difficult with the messy house and everything. So I think that was when Eleanor shared about being transition and stuff like that. I could relate to her. And then it's okay to take your time to transition slowly into another. I don't know how to say another person. It's just another.
Into
Like
your
wearing
job
an
like
MP3 one,
that.
MP3 two, is it?
Yeah, take your time. And I also realized that during days where I'm very lazy to do anything, you can actually trick your brain to start working. And Aliana mentioned about to just start doing something that get your body to move, right? So I noticed that I will every day when I wake up, I will clean the house. I will start to like tidy, organize the house,
Yep.
and that's where I get the energy.
Mm.
And then I realized that hey, I feel like working. I feel like I
Yeah.
can start doing working, but actually when I woke up, I don't want to do work. I'm so lazy. I know I'm procrastinating. There's something huge that I'm just don't want to do it. Don't want to face it, like editing a
Yeah.
video, for example. So I will tell myself, you know what? You like to clean, right? Okay, you clean first. Don't do anything. Just clean the house, and you see what happens to you.
So you build the momentum lah. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
that
But that's
basically what it is?
true.
Okay.
Because like yesterday also I met my therapist and she was asking me like what do you feel what activity you do that you feel like you succeed.
Working.
So I say cleaning. Because she was saying
Oh.
like she was trying to say that you need to start something that you feel that you can succeed in before you do the heavy work. And then you feel motivated to carry on with whatever you need to do.
Like small
Yeah.
wins, right? Like quick wins. And then after that,
yes.
then it gets the thing
Yeah.
running.
Correct.
Yeah.
Interesting, you guys.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I did also have this conversation with Liana last week, or is it last 2 weeks, where Liana is more of like she can do like a little bit of like skeleton here and there, and then she continue doing it. But I cannot, man. I cannot do skeleton and then I leave and then I do again, and then I leave. No, I am the type where I need to sit down. I need to like finish off. And I remember I mentioned to you guys about the YouTube Kickstart guidebook. I've been talking about it for so long until I got Liana as my like accountability buddy. So we kind of like push each other, and I finished it within one sitting.
Awesome.
Oh, that's good.
So it's like
Kudos.
so it's like for me, I really have to like, okay, I need somebody, like, okay, you done already or not, they kind of like push me to that edge lah. Like I put it down already and I have to kind of like finish. So I think a lot of things like procrastination, a lot of people deal with it differently and how they overcome it differently. And some of us are very structured, like myself and Manisha. Some of us are very off the cuff, and I can for sure say AJ is also like Liana. She's more off the cuff. She can do like skeletons, whenever we do for TFA, whether it's for our blog or our stuff, right, or anything that is got to do with writings or whatsoever, she can just do one part. She put like all the title first, and then she come back later. I was like, wow, this one trigger my structure. She's very like, she can be creative in such a way where she can put all the skeleton first, like in slides or whatever, and then she come back again and do it later on when she has some creative juices. Like for me, I have to like, this is kind of like trigger, but that's her space. I don't really like disturb her space. So but it triggers my eyes like why haven't finished
In our business buddies, right, I realized that we do really complement one another. So we think that Reni and Manisha always does the planning and the structure. And just lay back when it comes to a new project, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Oh, now we know.
Thanks,
Now we know.
Oh, sorry.
Manisha, they arrow us, alamak.
But you know what? I have to say, I think I can't speak for Rini, but I kind of like doing the setup stuff. So even if you give it to me, I'll be like, okay, I'll do this. But then later the creative part, you ask me to do social media, read all, I'm like, bye, see you.
Bye. Yeah. You ask me to create something, okay. Later then I do. When it's my on creative day, when I decided to be creative, then I will do. Like if not, I will. That also part of the procrastination. Like, I'm very logical, right? So I like to do things that I know it's already structured. But when it comes to like creating content creatively, blah blah blah, all these things, I will, not do it because it involves creativeness.
I'm sure people listening to this podcast are like, you all are content creators, and the one thing that you all procrastinate most with is creating content.
Hey, we're keeping
This
it
is why you
real.
hire us. That's why you don't do it, because imagine someone else. So I guess, so from whatever you guys have said, I wanted to bring up the accountability thing, but since you guys brought it up already, I think having this little group of ours, which it's kind of like, it's not like a structured accountability thing. It's a very flowy accountability thing. Like, say, for example, if I need something, I'll be like, guys, should I do this? Should I not do this? And we've known each other long enough to know our character traits. So if someone's feeling demotivated, we're like, if this person needs to be scolded, we know the scolding part someone will do. I don't want to name names. If someone needs to be nurtured a little bit more, we go to someone else. But we are all in the same group, and we also respect the fact that some of us are better working with each other than not. Like if I need someone to help me with video, I'm gonna go straight to Rini. I'm not gonna waste anybody else's time with like 200 messages, which we have been recently doing a lot of. Chatting a lot.
Yesterday was 400,
You got a lot, I guess. Yes, yesterday was cross 400. Yes. But in that procrastination, there is also, and I think from what we've spoke about, like in that procrastination, there is also momentum building. There is also conversations happening. There's activities happening. So it's okay if you can't do. For me, if I can't do a piece of written work, it's okay if I do admin work and like get all my invoices done, because that's like boring work for me, right? For you
Procrastination.
guys, yes.
Procrastination still can tick 9 boxes.
Someone,
Someone, yesterday.
someone.
All I did yesterday was clean the house.
Who that
Cannot
someone
think.
takes
Cannot
It's
comprehend.
9 boxes?
9, 6,
No, it's actually
wow.
12.
Oh, it's 12. You see?
I added
You
on
see?
after that.
Yeah, but she's different maybe because it's smaller chunks of goals, right? Smaller,
Yes,
Mm.
correct.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
so
very
Yeah, yeah.
strategic in
yeah,
that
so
way.
what worked for me also, I think I mentioned about the whole ADHD thing, right? Is that when I get paralyzed, when overwhelmed, when there's like a lot of things, like when the job is very big, you know.
Right.
So now what I do,
What's constitute big for you?
okay, let's say for example, okay, I just recently like joined Medium lah, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so maybe for example, like writing a blog post, right?
Mm-mm.
That is considered a big
Right.
chunk of thing. So what I will break it down into is probably like sign up for Medium account. Okay, that's one. And then the next one
Okay.
is set up profile. And then after that the next one is okay, explore types of content. And then after that next one. So it's like really like bit by bit lah. And then after that I will Then the blog post part probably like I'll probably put like a research as one of the box also. So that then I will add on.
Right.
Yep.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
It's a
feel
psychological
better?
thing lah.
Huh?
Do you guys feel better when you have, and I don't know about all of y'all, but for me, and I think for Rini also, we literally must have a bulleted list in front of us for us to check.
Yeah.
And that makes us feel good. Like, okay, we've
like check,
accomplished things.
like full.
Done.
Done.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that
For-
help with breaking that procrastination? Like you said, get it done, and then just keep going.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it does
But
help.
do you guys ever like, because it's unticked, like there are some tasks that are unticked, you're unable to do it. So do you guys have this itching like, oh no, okay, I have to move this to the next day and it's gonna build up? Like, what happens then?
I used to feel like, oh damn, I can't finish my to-do list. Because like for example, just yesterday, I need to record my TikTok videos because I have a few products to review. And I have not done it yesterday because I was so tired from editing the video. And I feel that was my mistake because I plonk everything, videos involvement in a day. And I used to, be hard on myself. Like I will pile up the next day. So what I do now is if that happen, if I need to like move one of the to-do list that is not done to the next day, I will make sure that the next day's to-do list, it's those who are not of priority, I will leave it out. So I will always try to put my to-do list according to the priority
level.
yeah
Okay.
priority level. Yeah.
Oh.
And my big task is like editing videos. Like if I do filming right in a day, after that I don't do anything else. I just do the filming. If I do editing, I will just do the editing. Yeah. So that's how I constitute big tasks. Small tasks is like admin work, invoicing. Those are like happy lah, because invoice client, right? Happy.
Yeah,
Right? So
correct.
those are small things that I make it as part as the small task. And yeah, I think as you all know, and just for sharing with our listeners, I also have days that I do for my process. So I have process for my writing. I have a day that I do for my editing, recording, scheduling, researching. So that kind of like makes me be very structured because I am a structured person. So somehow so far, once I implemented it when I restart my YouTube this year. So I implemented that process. So far it's working, and I hope to kind of like continue with the same process throughout.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not all of us are like that, but I
Yeah.
think the good thing, again, going back to why we are in this group and why we're actually having this podcast, is because the six of us function differently.
Yeah.
I think all of us function a lot differently, and we find that sometimes when we are stuck, we learn from each other. Like just recently, I think we were having this conversation with Rini about how she does it, how she, it seems like all her ticks are ticked and all hours are still unticked. But having this, if you are a solopreneur and you are struggling with getting things done, I think having this accountability or just someone to speak to helps. And the reason why we're doing this is because if you don't have that, we are the voice of reason, so to speak. And we can
Yeah.
help guide you, because that's what we want to do. It's when I started, like, what, 10 years ago freelancing, I had nobody, and now it's like I
Correct.
feel demotivated, or I'm struggling, and I'm like, even if I want to rant about something, it's just that 5 minutes offload and then back to work.
Yeah.
And then it's good. So that procrastination that can become worse actually gets stopped. And then you're like, okay, let's go back to, if we're in the mood for structure, we go to Rini. If you're in the mood for some creative juices, we go to everyone else. If we're in the mood for some extrovertism, we go to AJ. With AJ, how do you do
Oh,
it?
that one, another topic altogether.
Yes. So we have a lot of topics that we can cover, as you can see, batching content, structure, life changes. There is a bee in my room right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, dealing with staying at home and this kind of situations as
Yeah.
well, working in a co-working. So all these options, all these struggles, challenges, questions, options are something that we can discuss about now. But just to wrap this up, because I think we're hitting our time limit, is there any final words or anything that you guys want to share about procrastination, like that one quick tip, if you have, that you recently went through to deal with your, if you want to call it procrastinate or lazy or burnout or whatever lah. Take it away, someone. I don't want to
wouldn't
become
say,
already.
But I think this group really helped to combat that. Like having procrastination, and we are able to share, and like what you said, that we are all different. And for me, I consider one of the different ones in terms of time and dynamics. And I feel that even if I'm not able to achieve that many things, I still feel okay, rather than having like jealousy or whatnot. I think it's really important to have a positive group like this to combat procrastination. Yeah.
Yeah, I think combating procrastination is a lot got to do with support system. Especially if you have a support system that is running a business like yourself. Of course, there are support system where it can be emotional support system. That is totally a different topic altogether, which we can cover in the next few episodes about having emotional support system, which we may not get between all the six of us. It may be an external factor, but to combat procrastination itself, it's really having that somebody else, like for the six of us, right? Somebody else to really pinpoint, like, why are you having this procrastination? Like whether you are feeling this way, talk it out. Sometimes just talking it out can combat the procrastination, I feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes even a reality check.
Yeah.
Like knock knock. Who's there?
Like, hey, what you doing? You're not like that. Don't do that. Fitri, anything?
Procrastination is inevitable. Everyone deals with it. I think in my years with you guys in the WhatsApp group, we have seen each other in our lows, in our highs. Like when we have seen instances where someone can check 12 boxes, and then another instance where someone is just very low. And it's when Eleanor mentions that it's not something that we need to be jealous or envious of. It's like because we have seen each other rising. Yeah, when you on high, you definitely go low. When you go low, you will definitely go high. So today is your day, and the rest of us is going to support that. So I really enjoy that lah.
Same.
So supportive.
Liana, it's so soft. I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
She's in awe that we are all
I'm just like,
supportive.
okay. I think for me, what is most important is being kind to yourself. And I guess mentioned to the rest yesterday also, because yesterday, okay, for me, I am really taking note of like my own energy levels. So
Yeah.
let's say I am I know I have high energy today. I'm gonna go all out, and then I'm just gonna do what I can as much as I can. But let's say for on days where I'm gonna struggle a bit, confirm have with all the hormonal cycles and so on, right? So when on those days, and when I'm not as productive as I was on my high days, I'm gonna be kind to myself. I'm gonna tell myself, okay, it's okay. Today you already did like quite a good job for the past few days. So now's your time to rest. Okay, just rest, give yourself what you need to
Yeah.
recover lah. And that you can get back.
I think talking about support system also just now, it's not we just plug, and it's not something that it can be plug and play, you know. For us also, we started off very randomly, and we never expect for us to be in vibe, all six of us. I've never been in a, I wouldn't say should I say community? It's not community lah, but it's more of like a tribe. I've never been in a tribe where it's all female, one. And then I've never been in a tribe where we all support each other and we know basically the vibe check is there. You know, like now Gen Z's got this slang of vibe check, right? So you're trying to be Gen Z as well. So
No, babe. No, we're not trying to be Gen Z.
We are our own people. We will rock our own
I mean,
generation.
being the older millennial person, I've never been in this situation before, so it's kind of like refreshing for me, at least, to have this space where I can be myself, and where not a lot of people can see. You know, I am a very private person, kind of. I'm a very private person. I don't really share my feelings, share my emotions. But having this tribe that I can really relate to, it's kind of like it's a nice feeling. It's like I never knew we can click in that sense. So
Same.
you're kind of like I'm really very grateful for you guys. I want to start
Tissue. I know. I think the vibe check is so true. And another thing, like, you know, you guys are talking about positivity, Lena was talking about kindness. It's just so heartwarming in that sense. And I was, while you guys are talking, I was remembering this line somewhere. I can't remember the exact words, but you know, sometimes Fitri was saying, sometimes we are in the low, there is no jealousy, it's just helping each other.
Yeah.
And I think in that helpfulness that we build inside ourselves when we see each other, it's like helping ourselves also. Like, you know, they say charity starts from home and all of that. So it's like you are helping someone else push, even if you are not feeling so great, because you know when someone else is lifted, you are lifting them, you are lifting yourself also. So I think that's the camaraderie that is in this group, which just feels so beautiful. And thank the universe and everything for us to be connected together.
My heart is crying. Oh,
Alamak, don't cry, don't cry for the Argentina. I'm not gonna sing because then everyone will not follow us anymore. Speaking of which, I think we have nicely summed up this episode. Fitri has left us because she's needed for something else. But yeah, check out whatever else we have to talk about. Follow us, keep following us. And if you're a solopreneur, we wish you all the best on your journey. And we hope we can be of help with whatever else we're going to talk about. Cheers, guys.